Welcome children. Today I am dealing with some numericals on optics. First one, the focal length of a thin biconvex lens is 20 cm. So this focal length of this convex lens is given as 20 cm. When an object is moved from a distance of 25 cm in front of it to 50 cm. So initially the object was at a distance of 25 cm. Then after that it is moved to a distance of 50 cm. The magnification of this image changes from M25 to M50. So initially when this object is at a distance of 25 cm, the magnification is given by M25. And after that this object is moved to a distance of 50 centimeters. What is the magnification now? M50. Okay. So we have to find the ratio of M25 to M50. Okay. So we should know what is the formula for magnification in terms of object distance. So we already derived that formula in terms of focal length, then U and magnification. So connecting magnification, focal length as well as object distance U. So we have a formula M equals F by F plus U. So this is the formula connecting magnification, focal length as well as object distance. So here we have two conditions. When the object is at 25 cm, we have to find the magnification. And similarly, when the object is at 50 cm, we have to find the magnification. Okay. So initially, when object is at a distance of 25 cm, so U is taken as 25. So here object distance is always taken as minus. So U is always minus. So take it as minus 25 cm. Minus 25 cm. And what is the focal length given here? So focal length is given as 20 cm. It's a convex lens only. So in the case of convex lens, focal length is always positive. So take it as plus only. So F equals 20 centimeter. Okay. Now how will you find magnification? M equals, what is F here? 20 divided by again 20 plus U. Then plus into minus become minus. So 20 minus 25. So we are getting 20 divided by, so 20 minus 25 is minus 5. Okay, so we are getting minus 4. So magnification, so here when the object is at how much centimeter, how much distance? 25 centimeters. So we can write here as M25. So M25 we got as minus 4. Similarly, so when U equals, when object distance U equals how much? In second case 50. So minus 50 centimeter. So focal length is same only. So what is focal length? F equals 20 centimeter. Okay. So again we have to apply this formula. So we have magnification M at 50 centimeters. So we can write as M50. So M50 equals, so what is focal length here? 20 divided by, so again 20 minus, what is U here? Minus 50. 20 minus 50. That is equivalent to 20 divided by, so 20 minus 50 is minus 30. Minus 30. So cancelling, you will be getting minus 2 by 3. This is magnification at 50 centimeters. So what we have to find out? M25 by M50. So M25 divided by M50. So what is M25 here? Minus 4. Minus 4 the whole divided by, what is M50 here? Minus 2 by 3. That means minus minus cancel. So it's 4 into 3 by 2. So cancelling, we will be getting 6. So this ratio is how much here? 6. So M25 by M50 is equivalent to 6. Second problem, two thin lenses are in contact and the focal length of the combination is taken as 80 centimeters. So here we have two lenses in contact and the combination focal length is given as 80 centimeter. If the focal length of one lens is 20 centimeter, then what would be the power of the another lens? So we have to find the power of the second lens. Okay, the focal length of one lens is given. So from there we can find the power of that lens. And what we have to find? We have to find the power of this another lens. Okay. So here, so what are the details given? Focal length of the combination is given here. Okay. Suppose I am taking capital F as the focal length of combination. So I am writing here as focal length of combination. So focal length of combination of lenses. Combination of lenses. I am taking capital F, that is equivalent to how much here? 80 centimeter. So we have combination focal length as 80 centimeter. So from this what we can find? Combination power. Okay, so power of combination. So we can find power of combination. Power of combination. So how will you find power if focal length is given? So P equals reciprocal of focal length. That means 1 by F. 1 by F. But here this focal length is in centimeter. We have to convert into meter. So how will you convert into meter? Just you can divide by 100. So I am writing here as 80 by 100. So 80 by 100 meter. Okay. So here also P equals 1 by F. That means 1 by, what is focal length here? 80 by 100. So 1 by 80 by 100. That means 100 by 80. So 100 by 80. So cancelling. So remaining 10 by 8. So 4. So 5 by 4. So 5 by 4 means you will be getting 1.25. So we are getting here 1.25 diopter. This 1.25 diopter is the power of the combination. Since combination focal length is given here, so we are finding power of combination. How will you find power of combination? Reciprocal of focal length. So P equals 1 by F. Okay. Now what else is given? Focal length of one lens. Suppose I am taking first lens focal length. So that means I am writing as F1. So F1 is the focal length of the first lens. It is given as how much here? 20 centimeters. So F1 equals 20 centimeter. So from this what we can find? Power of this first lens. Okay, so power of first lens. So power of first lens I am taking as P1. So P1 is the power of first lens. So how will you find the power of first lens? 1 by reciprocal of, that is 1 by focal length. Okay, reciprocal of focal length. So 1 by F1. So here we have what is F1? 20 centimeter. So we have to convert into which one? Meters. That means 20 by 100. 20 by 100 meter. Okay. Now we can substitute here 1 divided by what is F1 here? 20 by 100. So 20 by 100. That means 100 by 20. So how much you are getting? 5. So 5 diopter. So this 5 diopter is the power of first lens. And this 1.25 diopter is the power of combination. Then what we have to find out? We have to find the power of the second lens. Okay. So we have to find the power of second lens. So we know that combination power. So power of combination. So we have power of combination capital P is equivalent to the sum of the powers of individual lenses. That means we can write as P1 plus P2. Okay. So already we know what is P. Capital P we know 1.25 diopter. P1 also we know what is the value? 5 diopter. What we have to find out? We have to find P2. So from this what is P2? So P2 equals P minus P1. So what is P here? 1.25. 1.25 minus, so 5. So we are subtracting, we will be getting minus 3.75 diopter. So this is the power of the second lens. Third problem, if the radii of curvature of the faces of a double convex lens are 9 cm and 15 cm respectively. So the two radii of curvature in the case of a double convex lens is given as 9 cm as well as 15 cm, and the refractive index of glass is given as 1.5. Then what we have to find out? We have to find the focal length and power of the lens. So we have to find the focal length and power of a lens having radii of curvature 9 cm as well as 15 cm respectively. Okay. So we know that in the case of a double convex lens, so it is having two radii of curvature. So take it as R1 and R2. Okay. So I am writing here as R1. So first radii is given as how much here? 9 cm. And the second one may be in opposite side. So I am writing as R2 equals, take it as minus. If one is positive, other one will be in the other side. That means it may be negative. So R2 equals minus 15 centimeter. So we have two radii of curvature in the case of lens. Okay. Now what else is given here? So refractive index of glass is given as mu equals 1.5. Okay. So what we have to find out? Focal length F as well as power. We have to find out. Okay. So first of all we have to write the formula. So which formula we have to use here? So we already studied about lens maker's formula. What is the formula? 1 by F equals mu minus 1 into 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. Okay, so from this, so we have the data. What are the data given here? Mu is given how much? 1.5. So 1.5 minus 1 into 1 by, what is R1 here? 9. 1 by 9 minus into minus become plus. Plus 1 by 15. 1 by 9 plus 1 by 15. That is equivalent to 1.5 minus 1 is 0.5. So 0.5 into remaining 9 and 15. So you are taking LCM, you will be getting 45. So 45 divided by 9 becomes 5. So 5 into 1 is 5. Plus, so 45 by 15 becomes 3. So 3 into 1 is 3. So that means 0.5 into 5 plus 3 is 8. So 8 divided by 45. So we got, so 1 by f equals 0.5 into, so 8 by 45. So here I am removing the decimal. So the 0.5 I can write as 5 by 10. So 5 by 10 into remaining 8 by 45. Okay, this 5 and 45. So 9 5s are 45. Then again here, so 5 2s are 10 and 4 2s are 8. So you will be getting 4 by 45. 5 and 45. So 4 by 45. That means what is f here? So take the reciprocal. So 45 by 4. So 45 by 4. If you want, you can convert into decimal also. So 45 divided by 4. So you will be getting nearly 11.2 centimeter. So 11.2 centimeter is the focal length. Okay. Now what we have to find out? We have to find the power of the lens. Now power P equals reciprocal of focal length. That means 1 by f. That is equivalent to 1 by 11.2. But we know that this one is in centimeter. We have to convert into meters. How will you convert into meter? Divided by 100. That means here 11.2 divided by 100. That means this 100 will be coming in the numerator. So 100 by 11.2. So you can write by removing decimal. So 100. Then already here after decimal only one digit. So we can multiply by 10 here. So one more 0 will come. Divided by 112. Okay. So when you are dividing this one, you will be getting nearly 8.88 diopter. So this is the power of the lens. Fourth problem. A thin prism of 5 degree angle gives a deviation of 3.2 degree. What is the value of refractive index of the material of this prism? So we have to find the refractive index of the prism. So what are the data given here? Angle of prism is given as 5 degree as well as angle of deviation is given as 3.2 degree. Okay. So already we studied about the formula. Okay. So angle of deviation delta equals, what is the formula? Mu minus 1 into A. This is the formula for angle of deviation. So here what are the data given? The thin prism is having an angle of how much? So A is given as 5 degree. Then what else is given? Delta, deviation angle. So delta is given as 3.2 degree. Okay. So from this formula we can write as delta equals, removing the bracket, mu A minus A. Mu A minus A. So from this what we have to find out? We have to find the value of refractive index. That means this term I am taking on one side. So mu A equals, remaining on the other side we have delta, and this one comes to the other side, it becomes plus A. Okay. So from this we need mu. So mu equals delta plus A divided by A. That is equivalent to delta by A plus A by A is how much? 1. Okay. So that is equivalent to, what is delta here? So delta value is given as 3.2 divided by, what is the angle of prism? 5 plus 1. Okay. That is equivalent to, so when you are cross multiplying, what you will get? 3.2, taking LCM and cross multiplying. So 3.5 is the LCM here. So 3.2 plus 5. 1 into 5 is 5. So 5 plus 3.2 is 8.2, the whole divided by 5. Okay. That means 82 by 50. 82 by 50. Again cancelling with 2, you will be getting 41 by 25. Okay. So you are doing 41 by 25, you will be getting nearly 1.64. So 1.64 is the refractive index of the material of this prism. Fifth problem, a ray of light suffers minimum deviation while passing through a prism of refractive index 1.5. So refractive index is given as 1.5 and its refracting angle is given as 60 degree. That means angle of prism is taken as 60 degree. So calculate the angle of deviation and angle of incidence. So given sine inverse 0.75 is given as 48.6 degree. So here this light ray is undergoing minimum deviation. So we have to find the angle of minimum deviation as well as we have to find angle of incidence. Okay. So here which formula we can use? Prism formula. We already studied about the prism formula. So what is prism formula? So we have mu equals sine of a plus delta m by 2 the whole divided by sine a by 2. So this is the prism formula, and using this prism formula we can find this angle of minimum deviation. Okay. So for that, so first of all, what are the data given? This refractive index is given as how much? So mu equals 1.5. Then angle of prism A is given as 60 degree. These are the two values given here. Now, so instead of mu, what we can write now? 1.5. So instead of mu, I am putting here 1.5. So 1.5 equals sine of, what is A here? 60. So 60 plus delta m divided by 2, the whole divided by sine A by 2. What is A here? 60. So 60 by 2 is 30. Sine 30 degree. Okay. That is sine 30. What is the value? 1 by 2. So sine 30 is 1 by 2. Or we can write 0.5. 0.5. So here we are getting 0.5. At the 0.5 I am multiplying here. Just cross multiplying. So I will be getting 1.5 into this one. 0.5 equals sine of 60 plus delta m by 2. Okay. Now when you are multiplying 1.5 into 0.5. So 15 into 5 is 75. So when you are putting the decimal, you will be getting 0.75. Okay. So 1.5 into 0.5 will be getting 0.75 equals right hand side we have sine of 60 plus delta m by 2. Okay. And suppose if we want to find this value, sine theta, suppose if we want to theta value, what we have to do? We have to take the sine inverse of this one. Okay. So here instead of theta we have 60 plus delta m by 2. So how will you find this one? Taking sine inverse of 0.75. But this sine inverse already it is given in the question itself. Sine inverse 0.75. What is the value? 48.6. So I can substitute here. 60 plus delta m by 2 equals 48.6. So 48.6. Okay. Now I am cross multiplying. You will be getting 60 plus delta m equals 48.6 into 2. So you will be getting 9.72. Okay, 97.2. So you will be getting as 97.2. So 60 plus delta m equals 97.2. So from this what you have to find again? Delta m. So delta m equals 97.2 minus 60. That becomes 37.2. So you will be getting as 37.2 degree. This is the angle of minimum deviation. So we got as angle of minimum deviation as delta m equals 37.2 degree. Okay, so first part we found out. Next again what you have to find out? Angle of incidence I. So angle of incidence I. So I equals, what is the formula? A plus delta m by 2. A plus delta m the whole divided by 2. Okay. That is equivalent to, what is A here? Angle of prism is given as 60 plus what is delta m here? 37.2 the whole divided by 2. Okay. So what is 60 plus 30? 90. So 97.2. So you will be getting 97.2 divided by 2. So by removing decimal, what you will get now? So 972 divided by 20. Okay. So cancelling with the 2, you will be getting, so 486 by 10. That means 48.6 So this is the angle of incidence here. Okay, so here we are using which formula? Prism formula, and we are finding first of all angle of minimum deviation. It's given us 37.2. Then we are finding angle of incidence I equals A plus delta m by 2.